In 16th century Japan, no foreigner could ever dream of wielding a katana alongside the legendary samurai. Yet one man shattered every impossible barrier and rewrote history itself. This is the extraordinary true story of Yasuke, the African warrior who rose from slavery to become Japan's most unlikely samurai, serving the most powerful warlord in the nation. Prepare to witness how one man's courage transformed him from an outsider into a legend that still echoes through the centuries. Nobody believed an African slave could become a samurai in feudal Japan, but Yasuke proved them all wrong. The year was 1579, and the port city of Kyoto buzzed with whispers of an impossible sight. A towering African man, nearly 6 feet tall, with skin as black as ink, walked beside a Jesuit missionary through crowds that parted like the sea. This was Yasuke, brought to Japan as a servant to the Italian priest Alessandro Valdignano, carrying nothing but chains of servitude and an unbreakable spirit. But fate had extraordinary plans. When Yasuke first encountered Oda Nobunaga, Japan's most feared and progressive daimyo, everything changed in an instant. Nobunaga, the man who was reshaping Japan through ruthless ambition, was captivated by this foreign giant. Legend says Nobunaga initially thought Yasuke's skin was painted black and ordered his attendants to scrub it. Amazed when the color wouldn't wash away, what happened next defied every social convention of rigid feudal Japan. Nobunaga didn't just accept Yasuke, he elevated him. The great warlord granted Yasuke a samurai sword, his own residence, and the ultimate honor, the title of samurai. In a society where even Japanese commoners could never dream of such status, an African former slave had achieved the impossible. Yasuke became Nobunaga's personal retainer, carrying his weapons and standing by his side in the most crucial moments. For 3 extraordinary years, Yasuke lived as a true samurai. He learned the way of the sword, mastered Japanese customs, and earned the respect of hardened warriors. Japanese records describe him as intelligent, strong, and possessing the strength of 10 men. He wasn't just a novelty, he was a formidable warrior who had earned his place through merit. But then came the betrayal that would test every lesson Yasuke had learned. On June 21, 1582, at Honno-ji Temple in Kyoto, everything collapsed. Akechi Mitsuhide, one of Nobunaga's most trusted generals, launched a surprise attack against his lord. As flames engulfed the temple, Yasuke fought desperately alongside his master. But even his legendary strength couldn't prevent the inevitable. Nobunaga, facing certain defeat, chose to commit seppuku rather than be captured. In those final moments, as smoke filled the temple and enemies closed in, Yasuke made a choice that revealed his true character. Instead of fleeing to save himself, he retrieved Nobunaga's head to prevent it from becoming a trophy for the traitors. He then rushed to protect Nobunaga's son and heir, fighting with the fury of a man who had found his purpose. When Yasuke was finally captured, even his enemies recognized something extraordinary in this foreign samurai. Akechi Mitsuhide, the man who had just destroyed Japan's most powerful warlord, looked at Yasuke and made a remarkable decision. Instead of executing him as he would any other samurai, Mitsuhide declared that Yasuke was not Japanese, and therefore not truly a samurai, sparing his life but stripping away everything he had earned. And then, Yasuke vanished from history. Some say he returned to the Jesuits. Others believe he became a ronin, a masterless samurai wandering Japan. A few romantic tales suggest he sailed away to new adventures, carrying his hard-won skills to distant lands. The truth remains one of history's most intriguing mysteries. Yasuke's story teaches us that greatness isn't determined by where you come from, but by the courage to seize the opportunities that arise and prove your worth through actions, not ancestry. Yasuke's incredible journey from slave to samurai proves that history's most amazing stories often belong to those who dared to be impossible. His legacy reminds us that barriers exist only until someone brave enough comes along to shatter them completely. Want to discover more extraordinary stories of forgotten heroes who changed the world? Subscribe now and join us as we uncover the hidden legends that shaped our history. Because the most incredible tales are often the ones nobody talks about.